My name is Dakara.
And I'm Cupcakes.
And I'm Stillwaters.
Welcome to Tea with Cubes.
So I guess with that, we can actually segue into part two
of our
discussion. Which is the art of discipline.
Where did we even stop that? I think you were the last one to talk that.
So
Because we're talking about good and bad discipline.
Let's talk about the. Sorry, my friend's calling. Let's talk about your definition of art, right? So you said the art of discipline because everyone parents differently, everyone disciplines differently. Like even in
Not
art.
that it's all good though, but
Okay, so yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Because I'm just saying, like, well, because art, like, I mean, all art is good, right? In the eye of the
beholder.
Right. Like something that is like jaga jaga is art. Like, so for discipline, it's a little different. So that definition of art of discipline, I thought art of discipline as in
Technique.
yeah, and in that technique, I guess there's good and bad. So I don't know. I guess art is like a good name for it. It sounds nice, yeah. But is not all. In all art is good, but not all discipline is good.
Right.
So yeah.
right.
Yeah. But not all art is good though. Because beholder.
Look, I saw
Beauty
something
lies
yesterday.
in the eye.
Exactly.
So
For discipline,
and I might think
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just because I don't think it's good doesn't mean that it's not good.
Right.
But for discipline, if it's not good, it's not
Someone
good.
does bad.
It's yeah. So
Period.
there's
Everybody-
nothing like people
no
say,
ifs,
oh,
ands, or
I do
buts.
what works for me. No, what works for you is not working.
It's whack.
It's bad. So like stop.
Like, okay, can you give examples of bad discipline?
Okay, so bad discipline, anything that. Okay, so there was a thing that you posted, I think it was last week, about discipline is painful when you're
When you're going through
it,
it's
right?
a Bible verse.
Yes, so discipline is painful when you're going through it, but it's brings out a good result, right? So I kind of thought about it as in medicine. When I take medicine, so medicine is like bitter and everything, but it heals, right? But then there's a flip side, because some people think that so the harder it is, it's like the better it is. Some people misconstruct what the meaning is, like if they think that you're saying if it's bitter, it doesn't mean that it's hurting. So basically I'm saying it could be painful but it's not hurtful. I don't know if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so like medicine now, you want to you take, I don't know, like liquid medicine, sometimes like cough syrups, some of them are nasty, but it helps you, but it helps you get better, right? But you wouldn't say that, okay, so I'm trying to kill I'm trying to prevent my body from, I don't know, rats or something, so I'm going to drink the rat poison,
Right.
because I'm trying to kill rats, or I don't want rats to come near me. But sometimes that's what people do in discipline. It's like this thing you're giving your child, this discipline is like poison. You're actually breaking your child apart, right? I remember I told you about Noah,
Right.
about what he said, when you're too harsh. So I guess bad discipline breaks your child down. Good discipline builds your child up. No matter how bitter it is going in, it still builds your child up, right? And for me, if discipline is so important, the art of discipline, we're talking about it here, we're giving it all this time, part 2, because it's so important. So shouldn't we get it right? Shouldn't we get it right? Like, shouldn't we? Because it's like communication. If I'm talking to you in a different language, say I was speaking to you in Swahili and you don't understand Swahili, and I'm speaking the most eloquent Swahili, of what use is it? None. So if you're going to say, you're so strict because you want your children to turn out right and this, and you want to discipline them in this, and your children are not, the discipline is not entering, like it's not like absorbing into their body, then of what value is it?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys talked about this last week, but if you did, forgive my question. But did you guys kind of like distinguish what is good and what is bad discipline? So
Yeah, kind of. That's what we stopped.
That's what
that's
I
yeah.
left my notes out.
But
I wanted to ask something. I can't remember if you touched on it last week, but based on physical discipline, which is, like the Bible says, like all our parents like to tell us when they
Spare the rod
and spoil the child.
Spare the rod
Spare the rod and spoil the child. And then pulled up a
I
bunch
had to
of.
come back for that. Let me
Abby.
just find this.
It's in the Bible, or they'll tell you.
Okay, well, Bible too.
Proverbs. Okay, good. Proverbs 20:30 says, "Physical punishment cleanses away evil. Such discipline purifies the heart." Then you have 13:24. Those who spend the word of discipline hates their children.
Where is it?
So, you know, I guess my question is, there are some parents who will say, the Bible says that I can discipline my children physically. Like physical discipline is what.
I mean, what are you guys defining as physical?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we talked about it because we talked about it last week. We talked about whether using your hands like fingers to hit, or using your hands to like spank your child, or flicking their ear, or using a wooden spoon, right? Or going outside like some of us down plucking outside. So in Nigeria they use cable wire.
Human beings, parents especially, you use the one that works for you at the time it's working for you, and when it doesn't, you toss it and you pick up something else. So that Bible passage,
this is what I said last.
Spare the rod and spoil the child, right? Also in the Bible, Deuteronomy 21:18-21. Okay, if someone has a stubborn and rebellious son, please, do you guys have stubborn and rebellious children?
I have a stubborn child.
Okay, thank you. Who does not obey his father and mother? Do you have children that have not, at some point, they're disobedient? Okay. I will not listen to them when they discipline him. So when you discipline them, they don't listen.
Okay, I haven't reached that part yet.
His father and his mother shall take hold of him and bring him to the elders at the gates of his town. They shall say to the elder, "This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey us. He's a glutton and a drunkard." Okay, fine, maybe not glutton, but add your own there. Then all the men of his town are to stone him to death. Okay. So all parents that want to spare the rod and spoil the child, get your stones.
Hold on.
No.
No.
You
are taking me
No.
to the,
You must purge. No. You must purge evil from among you. All Israel will hear and be afraid of it. Oh yeah, everybody.
Wait a
Let's
minute.
assemble them.
No,
and stone
wait a
them.
minute, Remy. Let's be fair.
No.
This right here is Old Testament. Right?
But even
the Proverbs is Old Testament.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Girl, what are you talking about?
Listen.
Okay.
I'm not saying that we cannot use that, but Jesus died to give us grace.
So why are we still spending the rod and spoiling the child?
Because the context.
God, Jesus died to show your children mercy too.
But the context of sparing the rod and spoiling the child has expanded from the Old Testament.
Oh my God! You see what I said?
We're not stoning
using
now in
things,
2018.
using things.
Are we stoning people outside?
Wow! Oh, you're suddenly afraid to kill your child.
I was.
Exactly. My point is. Wait, my point is a cop out.
They'll say that they'll use.
My point is a cop out. If you cannot use
Spanking
that,
is a cop out.
No,
what she's saying is
Bible
that
to Bible.
if I say
It's in the same Bible.
if you're going to say that,
you're going to say spare the word and spoil the child.
That is in the
Because
Bible.
you know,
yes, that's their justification for beating their children up.
Unfortunately, there actually have been cases now. You all know I read news and I follow up on news. There have been cases like, many years ago of parents who actually, went this extreme, and unfortunately the kid ended up dying. Unfortunately.
I mean, we know that there are cases like that.
Yes,
now.
but there have been one out of that batch. Some of them, yes, the parents were angry because the children were not listening to them, and they were just kind of like fed up, and they poured out all the anger on them, and the kid ended up dying. There was one I remember, right? Got angry, disciplined the child, and the child unfortunately passed. And at
how do you discipline the child?
Do different things. I've seen one where like they are beating you until you can't cry anymore. I've seen the one where like
That one.
no, because you can beat and like when you cry too much, But anyway, but regardless of how they discipline the child, right? The child ended up passing. Then this particular lady, after they arrested her or whatever, they're like, okay, why did you do whatever? She actually went to the Bible.
And the Bible says,
And said,
So we always justify. Always justify.
No. She didn't go to one. She didn't go to one about spare the rod for child. She went to this one.
Of stoning.
Yes, because she was like, you
She's
do have people that will take the Bible like
That's what I'm about to say. That's
So
you know.
My point is, we're talking about good parenting versus bad parenting, right? I'm not saying, like I said last week, I cannot.
Are we saying that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that
You should never.
smacking,
No. The use of Bible verse is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Use of the Bible.
This was just it was just a funny.
No, I'm saying that your
battle
idea is the use of that.
Yes, so parents.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's why I said the cop out, right?
Yeah.
Parents use that as a cop out. So it's a cop out not to connect with, okay, what's really going on? Let's get to the root of the matter.
Right.
Why are you behaving like this? What attention are you seeking that I'm not giving you? What are the underlying causes? What is the foundation of this bad behavior?
Right.
Do you understand? Parents are not separating their children from bad behavior because they're going straight to spread the word and spoil the child. Do you understand? So I had a case where there was a little boy, he had started a new school and he was just like crying every day. Like he didn't want to go to school. He would be like kicking and fighting, screaming. On one particular day, all the other days he was fine in this new school. On one particular day, and then they noticed that his dad noticed that every day of this week, like every Tuesday or something like that, he's always like kicking and screaming and all of that. You can smack him, right? Spare the word and spoil the child. Parents will be
Somebody
like,
smack him in that.
yes.
After noticing that every day on a particular day,
They may not
happens.
yes.
But I don't understand.
Oh wow.
Oh, he was going to school.
You are thinking like an educator.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that in
like
20.
the
No, I'm saying
average.
in 2018.
For the fact that they even
you actually
noticed.
notice that on a same day every week, your child does it.
Actually, yes.
You may say,
You may say
Actually,
you
yes,
may
because
say-
because like you said, you know.
but every other day is fine.
No.
You may just think, even
Oh,
if you found out that, oh, maybe one teacher is the one that comes on that day, you may still say, please, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that teacher is even strict. Maybe it's the one that will get you to do what you're supposed to do. That kind of thing. So spare the word and spoil the child. Parents will just go the road of, why you must go to school, you must this, you must that. Anyway, they found out that on that particular day, there was a change of uniform.
Okay.
So on Tuesdays they wore sports clothes, meaning that there was PE and they had to swim. And the boy was scared of jumping into the water because she was always trying to make him jump into the water. He was afraid of swimming, right? So they
So
got
he
to the
didn't
root
want
of
to
the
do it.
matter. Yes, he didn't want to do it, right? But these parents, like, they caught it. You know, they were very empathetic. You know, they tried to find out what was it that was going on.
Right.
They got to the root of it, and then they followed him to school. Explained to the teacher that he's never swam, he doesn't know how to swim. You know, and they just gently like introduced him to the water, and like
he was fine.
he's the first to jump in. Like after that,
Yeah.
You understand? But my point is, spare the word and spoil the child is a cop out. It's a cop out if that's your first reaction.
I agree with that.
It's a cop out if it's your first reaction because you can't just jump to. But a lot of people don't even. I mean, you find people beating kids as young as 1, talking about, oh, I mean, you did.
And I have no regrets.
You know, but you have to find. You can't just run to spare the word and spoil the child. So parents use spare the word and spoil the child, but then they forget the part of the Bible that says, when God was giving instruction to wife, husband, and children, He said to husbands, love your wives, right? But then He said to the fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath. How many times do parents provoke their children to wrath? Like, people just look at the Bible and they walk away from the things that the Bible is for everybody. Everybody. You know, there was a passage that I posted today. I'll show you. It's a very simple passage. Everybody knows it. If you go to church, you know it. You know, Paul said, Paul said that I have been crucified with Christ. It's no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. The life which I now live is flesh. In the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave Himself for me. So, if you think about this, you may think that, oh, okay, you know, Christ lives in me in other ways. But then when you get home to your children, like immediately they do something that sparks your anger, you just go off. Right? Self-control flies out the door. Fruit of the Spirit, gentleness, forget about it. Meekness is gone. Do you understand? Respecting. Why am I respecting you? You are younger than. Do you understand? Like all those things that God is asking us to. Self-control, where is it? Do you understand? You just, like, all the rage that you couldn't have shouted at your boss, all the rage that you couldn't have shouted at your sister, that you couldn't have shouted at
your children.
You laid on your children. So that's what I mean when I say that. And I'm speaking in extreme terms, right? We're not talking about people that are reasonable, because a lot of people are not.
No, I agree.
You know,
with you.
can I just interject here? Different use of using Bible to justify actions. A lot of slave owners use the Bible,
of course,
to justify slavery.
Of course.
But so that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying
we can use.
You can use
the Bible to justify anything.
Right.
Anybody can use. And you know, I started a series on the past month. I've been doing raising godly children in a good world, right? And I said, when you think about the world, everyone thinks, oh, you know, if you want to like describe the world in one word, you probably say bad, as in this world is like just evil. Just but for every evil action, there's a good thought behind it. So even if like I took a gun and I shot somebody, I'm shooting them because I don't want them in my space. So it's good for me, right? It's a crime, but it's good for me, so I can justify it. So you can justify anything with anything.
Right.
Personally, I don't think anybody should use the Bible to justify your discipline. Justify your discipline based on the actions that have happened. Because you can't use the Bible. The Bible is how a million years old, and you want to use it to justify your 2018 discipline technique. That doesn't make any sense. Use the Bible to justify your love, justify how your marriage, your family building.
I don't think you can separate.
That the only reason why I'm saying that is because just exactly what happened here. The idea of discipline in the Bible is very, very removed from what we do now. Is too like you just said. Look up anything in the Bible that talks about discipline in a physical aspect. Is beyond what anybody should do.
We established last week that discipline is not just physical. Discipline is discipleship. Discipline is like raising, like training somebody, like a mentor.
That's what I'm saying. In a physical aspect, when you're using physical discipline, you can't use anybody that uses the Bible to justify physical discipline is going down the path of going to jail. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't spread the rod and spoil the child. It's getting people into a lot of trouble. Just like how you were saying.
But the Bible didn't say that you use the rod so much that child dies.
Let me quote some other Bible. Quote some other Bible passages about discipline. Okay, before you quote, I Am King Priye, Nigeria World of Dance, Quazons, Barbie, and Kelly White. Hi guys, for joining. Yeah, let me quote some other passages about discipline. Psalms 94:12. Joyful are those you discipline, Lord, those you teach with your instructions. So that's showing that discipline is about teaching.
So you
right?
No, let's not generalize like that.
So I think it does.
No, hang on. There are people who believe in physical discipline as a way of teaching. Don't take them out of the equation. That's not the equation.
Before you go to physical discipline, you have to have a conversation.
Teaching does not necessarily.
And that's okay. But what I'm saying is that
necessarily remove. Some people teach different. People have different teaching.
Okay, what I'm saying is that.
But however you treat your boss at work and your colleagues when they do things that are wrong, try it with them.
I don't agree with that.
Maybe not that one.
Okay. Unless you don't want to go back to work, do you just like late on your call them names and give them a dirty slap? Do you?
But some people can have actually.
Then they will leave the work now.
In Nigeria, the way they.
I'm not talking about Nigeria. Nigeria is not. Those are countries. Yes. Yes. Look, let me tell you, we know our people. I'm not talking about Nigeria. Are you kidding? I'm talking about Nigeria. That whole country, everybody's just pack the whole country and have just put inside the jail like millions to community jail.
To learn, you must love discipline. It's stupid to hate correction. Discipline is.
So discipline is mentoring. Is mentoring. If you don't take the time to mentor your child and you're beating your child, then shame on you. It's a cop out.
Like what you're saying is don't stop. If you're using physical punishments, physical discipline. You're saying physical discipline should be a last resort.
But see, I think from here,
you don't need to get there. Because it's a quick fix. It's a quick fix.
No, it's a quick fix.
It is a quick fix. Once your children are out of your care, and there's nothing else you can hang over their heads, they're going to make the choices they want to make. It's the only thing that keeps them in the line of in a good line is the values that you've instilled in them.
Go ahead. Me, I'm going to speak for myself, Sha. You know what we do in the house. My kids know that if they do, they know when they should not do different things. But come on, they're kids. They're always going to do something because they forget what they've been told, and just because they want to do whatever it is they want to at that point. Now, the physicalness, discipline, whatever, it has levels, obviously, because a flick is physical, no doubt.
Yes.
Right? And that's a small level. Now, you can go the biggest level of,
whooping their behind, like, and not just one whoop, but like a big. Now that's obviously
that's what I said. Like, last
right?
week I made that distinction.
Okay.
Of whooping, brushing, because
Exactly, brush.
as opposed to
Right.
spanking a kid.
Right. But like for us, you know, they know. Okay, you do whatever. This is the consequence. Let's say we could start off with something being taken away from you, right? Now, you shape up. Okay, you do it again. You get this thing away from you plus something else, you know, and then do it again. You shape up, and they go back and do it, and then that's when, you know, you people know me, and I'm not going to hide this.
You are using it as a last resort.
Yes, because you people know me. My children have their own cane.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to hide it. They have cane. Kenzie has her cane. Dean has his cane. You know, but and actually the point is, like, you know, if you actually ask them, like, what is the one thing you don't like it when that mommy and daddy do to you, they'll say, I don't like it when mommy shouts and yells at me. But when I ask them why, do you know they know the answer? They actually tell you, because I know I do things that I should not do.
Yeah.
And then at that point, like, okay, so then you know that what you're doing in your household, like for my household, you know, it's entry, like you said, it's entry their skin, because they know that these are the consequences that I know I'm going to face if I continue down this path, you know. So that's just me.
So for me, I don't think it's necessary. I think you can fix it without. Okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Like we said, the art of discipline, it looks different for everyone. But I just don't think. I think you should do the work, put the work in to try and have conversation, try and instill values, because, like you said, it fixes it in that instant. Then you need to beat again and again and again. I'm not saying that if you talk once, you don't have to keep talking, right? But okay, so we're getting the same result. Like, it's not. I don't know. I just don't think is. I think try something different.
Yeah,
but
I do
even if Kane is not involved, these are children.
Because if
They're
you're
going to go
outside,
back.
no, if you're outside of the house, do you understand? I think we talked about this. You're outside of the house, you cannot cane. I will take your cane to McDonald's. Okay, you'll take your cane to McDonald's.
My cane is in my car.
I will bring it to McDonald's.
You put it in my car.
You take it to.
If I need to put it in it's in my car permanently.
For a reason.
Now, if I need to take it out of my car,
So that means that your confidence in your wooden spoon. If you don't have it, then you feel like you cannot pay it.
No, ma'am.
So
My
why is it
wooden
your
spoon
car?
is as a constant reminder to my child of the extreme that we can take it to.
So when
now,
she's out of your house and there's no wooden spoon,
let me explain.
Why shouldn't she wild out?
Hold on. My child can wild out. You know why?
Why?
Because, like you're saying,
Valid.
which I did not disagree with you, that I do the work without the wooden spoon. Now, the wooden spoon has happened, and it will continue to happen if I need it to happen, right? However, I do the work. And I've not, like I told people last week, I've not had to spank my child without wooden spoon like a year and a half, because the work is being done.
So do you think?
So when I say, and you can ask these ladies, when I say stop, she shuts it all the way
And I think that
because she knows.
that's a good point, because
So do you think now to in you know, permit me to use the word respect, right, to your child, say to her, Christine, like, you've, you know, have this discussion you're having with us. In 2 years I've not had to use this thing. Can I put it away? Like, can I throw it away?
No, I've not had that discussion yet.
Because right now you speak so highly of her that she knows, right? Whatever you were using the wooden spoon for, don't you think that the time has passed?
And I agree with you.
So maybe you have a let's go and bury the wooden spoon ceremony.
Now that is possible.
Do you understand?
That is possible. As of now, I'm not sure that's gonna work for us.
And put the power in her hands, like, I trust you.
Now,
if you made me distrust you, then
right now before
before
when you guys were talking about the discipline, the one thing I know about, like I said before, all behavior is communication, all of it, right? So when I understand that behavior, when you see a particular behavior, you can either reinforce that behavior or you can choose to extinguish it, right? Now, when you a lot of times, now not you, but a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand that just talking with no action and no follow through is reinforcing that negative behavior.
Oh no, talking is action. No.
No.
Like talking with action.
Right.
So action doesn't mean
With
smacking.
action. No, it doesn't mean smacking.
Talking,
But
we're
you-
having a conversation about the
something-
principle, but
Right.
if you go against the principle, there's going to be consequences.
Right, so
Absolutely.
that's exactly what I'm saying. That a lot of people fall short in
No,
discipline.
you can't. That's not discipline now.
Exactly, which is
That's
where this talking also can fall in bad
No,
discipline
no.
because that's all you do
of course,
is talk.
of course.
But actually,
So
and-
your children are not gonna.
Yeah,
No,
but even
That's
even in the
That's
talking,
discipline. That's definitely bad
Even with
discipline.
no, but even with the talking
No.
though, talking can be a form of discipline, but it also depends on how you are doing the talking.
If you're
Right.
shouting and screaming all the time,
That's not.
That's there. Sometimes like you shout and shout, sometimes that even defeats the purpose because
yeah.
like
You're
most kids will
not-
enter here or come from here.
Yeah.
You know. But then there's a certain way that you can talk to your child that enters the bone. Like, you know, when we were growing up, my dad never spanked us, never. Right?
Yes, he did.
Maybe you. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me tell you.
Wait, let me
No.
wait.
We need to move on.
Wait. Okay,
Yes, wrap this
hi,
up.
say
We need to
Mary
move
and Topsy Labby. Okay,
Hi.
but anyways, what
He flogged us one time when we were fighting. When we fought.
Oh yeah, okay, hey, that's a good discipline story. Hold on, it's coming up.
That
Hey,
way at the end.
No, okay.
Because we gotta keep going.
Okay, wait. But now, in terms of the talking, right? He never, like, you know, he wasn't the one to whip out the cane, the brush, the belt, or the slippers. That was mommy. But when you did something, and my dad spoke to you, that's the when you say thing will enter, bro. Like you say, you're crying.
So what
And my dad is still like that. He can say something.
He can
that
say
will
something.
shock you to your
But-
core.
and
But
I
I
think
think
that's
that
usually-
but I think that you people
that's
got
usually
that in your
characteristic
adult
of people.
Like
No,
a teenager.
no,
A 4-year-old
people that are calm.
is not gonna particularly be pained like that.
No,
I want you to
no.
let's try to make
no.
that distinction.
Sometimes though, some kids can because you know some kids take towards more than than if it's like let's say than physical whatever. So if as a
I agree.
parent,
Don't
right?
forget, what's that thing? Language, love languages.
Yes, but I agree.
Children
But,
have love
but
languages
children are a
too.
product. Children are their environments. A lot of things they do are from the environment. So all I'm trying to say is, I think that that's great, and I think that it's possible. But I do not think that a 4-year-old is going to be pained like that, though.
It depends on the child, though.
Remember what
It won't be the same, but in their own way.
They'll understand and
They'll
they'll get
understand.
it.
They don't-
And like you know,
they
and
don't-
they'll grow up with that. So to me, that kind of talking is a good discipline because you know that when daddy or mommy actually sits down and talks to you, then obviously, all right, let me gather myself. Like I'm sorry, blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But then everything else said, there's the other talking that actually doesn't even have any base. Like you have people that are like, oh, you know what? No, stop it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. That right there is crap. You know.
So
I'm no. I'm sorry. That's
We've done
Can we talk? I want to talk about this.
we need to talk
For
about
the next 2
all
minutes.
that
There's something
type of
else.
Discipline.
What other types are there?
Huh?
Other types of discipline, not only physical now. There's
We've
we've talked about
physical,
physical.
verbal.
We've talked about the
I
verbal.
think all
Then
of
there's
all-
action discipline,
Okay,
which
so
I put on my Insta.
all discipline.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one.
There's
all
action
discipline
That we
needs
had
to
to
be
Yes.
Okay,
needs
okay.
to be. I believe that all discipline for it to be effective needs to be like cocooned in love,
Yes.
right? So it needs to be gentle. It needs to be done with a measure of self-control. It needs to be
I think you should
a
know the
long-term
why behind
solution.
why you're disciplined, though.
yes. So also the why.
You must know
You
why.
must know the why, and your child must also know the
Yes, I agree with
why.
that.
And it needs to be a long-term solution, not a short-term fix.
Mm-hmm.
Shouting, beating, all of those things are short-term fixes, in the moment fixes,
Okay.
and a lot of them get your blood high and just like it gets you angry,
Right.
and then so maybe take a pause, like take a breath. Do you understand? Think like let it. Don't display on impulse.
Yeah.
A lot of times we display on impulse.
It's very hard though. I will not lie. I'll give you an example. Today, my 15-year-old sister lived me today, and over the summer she was in, just displaying, and I'll just be keeping quiet. I'm not saying anything. Today she did. It took one thing for her to do, and I told her. I said, you do it again, and I will lay you out on this floor. Don't even try yourself. And honest to God, it wasn't like that was what I was trying to. But the thing about it is that because I've been noticing and I've been quiet, I'm like, okay, I'm allowing you. Everybody says 15, you're a teenager. This one, okay, I've been allowing you. I've just been letting you. Today, it was just like to the thing of saying, yeah.
So
and that's what I'm saying. That sometimes the discipline you can't help it because you are like, okay, I'm paused. I've been chilling. I said, okay, I'll give you
you
also said
better to discipline in the moment.
So, but you know what?
You
You fixed your own problem because you said before that talking. So you were talking before you had no action. She had no consequences.
She wasn't. She didn't say anything.
Or you were pausing before and it was.
She wasn't pausing. She was just letting it go.
Yes, exactly. So you should take responsibility that you didn't do your due diligence in this one situation
because she has been doing this thing the whole time.
Yes,
and you didn't say anything.
You should have
letting it go. You should have told her.
Okay.
So when you like letting go could be because you can't let if you're letting it go, it means that it doesn't bother you. It means that it's not a problem. But if you're saying okay, well, I just don't want you. I don't want to lay too hard on her. So but you should have at least let her know that I noticed this is happening. Maybe not even like a discipline with like is there something? Can I help you with something like what's happening? Let's understand what's going on because I noticed that this is what you're doing. Alright, I'm not even saying that it's wrong or good, but just explain to me please what's your thought process behind this. Right. But you didn't say anything.
No.
So
and this, of course, there's history behind that.
Yeah. Of course. So, but anyway, in this one instance, I just want you to just look at it and just.
And and
so now that I've not said I'll lay on you.
No, I didn't do anything though. I went in the car and I hope it was an empty promise. It was obviously I'm not gonna do that because I can't. If I
just giving her the warning.
But I was giving her the warning because I need you to understand that I see what you're doing. Just relax where you are, chill. Because the thing about it is that like this discipline with the years, obviously the discipline is gonna change. I can't discipline her the way I discipline Christine. You know what I'm saying? So in that
you have to acquire the fully grown child.
Right. So you have to learn how you have to learn how effective it's going to be. So at that point in time, because she understands that I can, she knows that I can. And when I've reached, because we've had conversations about how, you're always shouting, blah, 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 and I said, okay, I'm not going to shout again, it's over. So now, I've not said anything.
Have you taken or not saying anything? I would like us to move on because we only have 10 minutes and there's still other things that I want us to talk about.
But just real quick, just so that we kind of have a plan, right? We've talked about like discipline being like a mentorship, like so have you maybe think of yourself as a mentor. If it was your mentee, how would you?
Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the explosiveness of the situation. That's why I brought it up.
Yes.
Because
so what she's saying,
I'm saying that
have exploded.
No, what I'm saying is that I was saying my original thought for bringing that up was because she said it should not be impulsive, and I'm on the side of people who sometimes impulsivity is the only way.
Even for me,
that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I brought that up.
Sometimes, but it doesn't mean that it's good. So you recognize that it happened, but then maybe even go back and be like, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that because you shouldn't have. Do you understand? And that's one of the things that we have to come to terms with children. When you err like that, you can go back and be like, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that.
They understand that.
Yes, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that, but this is why I did it, and I didn't like it, and this is what I'm seeing that needs to be fixed. So how can we fix it? How can I help you? Let's fix this because, but own your own that I should not have spoken to you like that.
Let's move on to, you were talking about discipline through actions. On your Instagram stories yesterday, you asked if like making your child go and volunteer.
Right.
You like go to the soup kitchen or go clean
dedicate
somebody's
your
house
time.
or whatever.
No, not clean your house.
No, not your house. No, somebody else's house.
No, you help people who are less privileged. Not going to somebody's. No, we don't.
So that's volunteering.
Volunteer is you help people who are less privileged. People who can't help themselves.
As a form of
community service.
As a form of discipline.
Yes.
And so you asked if it was.
If that's an option, it's a viable option.
Yeah, and
he was,
I don't like that.
And she was split that and then someone came to say that it could be both, which I do agree.
And I think it can be happy marriage, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I think with when you are instilling raising a child that gives, right? Raising a child that is prone to service and all of that, you can talk about it. That okay, since you're it's like you are feeling too entitled. Maybe you need to go out and see other people that are not,
Right.
you know, and explain that maybe you need to use your time, you know, because I think you have way too much time on your hands.
Right.
Maybe you need to use your time to serve somebody else. So it's not really a.
Or is it for
It is, but you don't present it like that. You can make somebody buy.
I mean,
Sand.
you know
from the
that it's
ocean.
discipline, but
Yes.
the person is doing
Yeah, so you know, because if you do that, then you're just going to make them hate it.
See,
Right?
that's what I was saying.
And you're trying to make
what I was
children-
trying to say, what
Yeah,
I
so-
said to her
yeah.
was that I don't want the child to feel like, okay, I'm only doing this because, you know, my mom is making me do it. You know, I feel like going to volunteer is something that you should learn to want to do. You're not doing it because I did something bad and then my mom is punishing me.
Yes,
But
you
for
can-
me, 'cause
you
I
can-
don't want them to see it as punishment.
You know, if you can sell anything to anybody the way you brand it.
See, very easy. Just tell them, hey, get in the car, we go for a ride.
No.
I agree. You know what? I don't even believe in like mincing words. I don't even believe in all of that. And I think that
It's
this
not
is
about
when
mincing
a lot of
words.
words, a lot of like I don't believe in the packaging. Honestly, like some things you can package, but I feel like if your behavior is wrong, wrong is wrong. And here's what I'm going to tell you like it is. Because guess what? If you do this outside of this house, there are many options for you. And I feel like in a world where hold on, let me finish. In a world where things are going on, a lot of people, what they do is they put this bow on this pretty little paragraph, and then their kids go out and say, well, my mom said da da da. But then you step out of your mother's house and you go to somebody's job, you go to somebody's school, somebody's classroom, and there's no bow on it. And then you lose yourself. This is what happens in middle schools. They lose their self because there's a pretty bold packaging on that paragraph. And then all of a sudden, we're having meltdowns, we're trying to kill ourselves, we're doing all of these things. Because the packaging, no, I'm just saying, because if I tell you that, okay, we're just gonna go help somebody.
That's not discipline.
No.
That's what we're talking about. Like, yes, you are going because you had way too much trouble on your hands to be getting into this kind of trouble.
Okay.
So I'm going to occupy your
So
time.
you're putting
Yes.
So you're putting the behavior there and saying,
Yes.
pinpointing like
Of course.
what you did.
Of course.
To cause this.
But also you're not saying like look, no matter how, even if you volunteered willingly, okay,
Right.
I told you to go and do Habitat for Humanity, by the time you come back, you'll be like, oh gosh, what did I like? Who even sent me to go and do this
Right,
work?
right.
Because it's hard work.
Right.
No matter what, giving your time to somebody else,
Mhm.
doing something that benefits other people is work.
Right.
Do you understand? So whether there's a bow, whether there's no bow, the action is the same. The
That's
work
what I said.
energy is the same.
You said just
No,
right.
No,
Let's go
that's-
right.
Okay, let's move on to another aspect of this thing because we have about 5 minutes left. In the household, who is responsible? I know both parents should be responsible, but like you were saying that mommy was the one that would spank and whatever, and that daddy was the talker. Do you think there are like roles for each parent to play when it comes to discipline? Like one person is the, more extreme disciplinarian, and then the other one is the more gentle disciplinarian.
No, I believe that.
I want to hear from.
No, because if you have it in that sense, right? Like if let's say you have a parent who is the more gentle one and then one who's more extreme, whatever the kids do or whatever, like if kids end up doing something bad, they know that the softer, gentle parent is just going to talk them sweet stuff, and that's not going to do anything. But at the same time, now in a household with the parent or with parents, mother and father, there should be a balance between mother and father. But it shouldn't be like one is more extreme and one is more. So it's not like you should have
balance because people are not the same. So the art of discipline still come to natural play, right? Because everybody's different, right? So there will be one person that is more something than the other. But when I hear you say roles, I think both of us should be actively involved in discipline. However we're carrying it out, right? We should still have the same philosophy.
Do you think, okay, I was going to ask that, like, do you think the parents should have the same ideals?
It's always a united front.
Should they have the same ideals about discipline or towards discipline?
They have to come
because
to
like I've
an
had
idea that works for this new family.
Yeah,
because
your new normal.
Yes, Yes, because I come from
No, because you
different
can
households.
have a man tell his wife, listen, I beat. I'm
Because
going to beat
before
our
they were
children.
married, they should have talked
Should have
about
had
that,
that discussion.
and have what is now going to work for us. Because I came from we don't beat, you come from we beat. So how do we make this a good, happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I said the
But I
balance
think
comes into play.
in a marriage with discipline, there's always one person that is going to be the follow through, and that person always going to take dominance over the other person. Point blank.
But we can both
But
learn
however,
to follow through.
Yes, but somebody's going to always be more dominant. Now, in that, the other person who's not
Can remind them.
needs to find, like, you need to find your own piece that fits into that discipline. Do you understand? Like, there are some people who are, well, no, we're here, mommy and daddy talking about it, and this is what's going to be taken away from me, and this is right? And that person who's following through and saying, the chances are that person is not the person who's going to come back and talk to them. So the other person usually like says, okay, let's go and have this discussion, and they take points on having the discussion. That's what I'm saying. So that we don't have two people fighting over who's going to follow through, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Each person has to have their own, like, the thing that they do best, so that it works cohesively, right? And there's no, oh, I'm going to run to mommy, I'm afraid of daddy, or you know what I mean? And even though we're a united front, kids can still break that barrier of united front and still demolish whatever, you know.
So in conclusion.
In conclusion, because we have like 2 minutes left.
Seconds. Yeah.
In conclusion, what's our
So in
message?
conclusion,
Yeah.
the I think we can all agree that we should parent with love, right? Now we make mistakes, but let's own up to our mistakes, apologize, and fix it, right? Be realistic. A lot of times parents get overly angry because our expectations are misconstrued, right? You have a toddler and you expect them not to jump. They're going to jump. Do you understand? So maybe give them a trampoline to jump on. Like, you cannot cage a toddler up in a house and expect them not to play.
Right.
And you don't have, oh, I'm too tired to go to the park. I beg, I don't have time to take them to swim. I beg, I don't have time to do this.
You modify the environment.
Excuse me, they are going to act
behavior.
up, right? Because they're just acting their natural element. So adjust your expectations, be realistic. Mistakes are okay. So we live in a world now that children they must be perfect. You cannot make a mistake. You spill a glass of water, it's like, spill a glass of water. Oh my God, where's my wooden stick for a glass of water? Seriously, just get paper towel. Child, here, come and clean it.
Right.
You know, why can't you just tell her to get a paper towel and clean it?
And we have a minute left. But
Anyways, okay, do as I do, not as I say. So whatever you're asking her to do, hold yourself to the same standard. Or him, whatever you're asking your child to do, hold yourself to the same standard. And then build with words. Don't call your children names.
yes,
Please.
Oh, yeah, that was
Don't call your children names.
Are you mad?
You need to speak.
That was
You know what you should
Speak
do?
life into them.
One hack,
okay?
one
Life
hack,
into their
one hack
lives.
that I use, and it doesn't always happen, like, cause there's sometimes that impulsive, do you understand? But you know, I would tell my children, like, when I would say, why don't you listen? I would be like, you will listen, as in you
so
will
you're
listen
changing out
in
how you
Jesus'
say
name.
it.
Do you understand? I'm saying it with all the anger so that the host of heaven can hear that this child needs to listen. You not be a child that does not
Speak it
listen.
into existence.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know, so whatever it is that you want to say, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. You're not foolish. Do you understand?
Right.
Whatever it is that you want to call them that name, just reverse it into a prayer, you know, but build them with your words. It's very
I
important.
do want to add one more
Thank
thing
you.
to that list.
We have like 20
Yes,
seconds
we're gonna
actually.
just be aware of the behaviors, because all
Absolutely.
behavior is
It's
communication.
communication.
Figure
Yeah.
out what
Absolutely.
behavior is.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's
Thanks everybody for coming.
Instagram is gone.
Follow at Grace to Parent.